Welcome to Stop the Static, One Choice at a Time Life Coaching. This is Jenny. Hey, I bet you wonder what's happened to me. I haven't made an actual video of me presenting something since February. So, what happened? Well, I've been having quite the learning experience and dealing with life happening with life, which happens when you're living. And it's been a lot of struggles and learning experiences and growing opportunities. Basically, I had lost a cousin, and I did a video about that and how we should all drive safely and act like not only do we love ourselves, but that there are loved ones in the cars around us. Um, I did a video about Ash Wednesday, and then 2 days after Ash Wednesday, I was called to the state where my father lives and ended up sitting by my father's side until he passed away, which was a few days later. Um, and then I was taking care of my stepmother who is in the late stages of dementia and stuff like that. So I was handling the affairs and things like that and learning curve. And I'm going to do an actual series about things that can help with preparing your loved ones for when you pass away, and to prepare yourself too, because it's hard to know that you're going to lose someone. It's hard to lose someone. It's hard to go through all that process if you don't know some of the steps and stuff. And it was quite the learning experience. I'm still dealing with quite a few other things. We had a move, and some just quite a few things have been happening in life that's taken my attention away. But I'm hoping that things are settling down a little bit, and now I can come back and um, start doing more videos and stuff for you all. So I would love to have comments about what you'd like to hear about and learn about. Today, my biggest one is the power of positive thinking. It really and truly is an amazing thing on positive thinking and the power it has for a person to make it or break it. Um, you know, Even if you are going through tough circumstances and you say, I don't see the way out, and that's sometimes how I felt during almost 5 months of me being gone. I kept that positive attitude of, each day I have a brand new day, I'm drawing a new breath, and I can work with alive. And so it wasn't easy, and I wasn't jumping for joy over a lot of those days, but I was thankful for them. And I also now know why my cousin passed away, I guess, and not me. But there's a lot going on in this world, and the power of positive thinking is important. And I came across this story that I don't know who wrote it, but I thought this was very apropos um, for you, for me, for anybody. So I want you to sit back, listen to this, and then you make the choice. It says, really let it sink in and then choose. And I agree with this. So I'm sorry if I'm gonna look down most of the time because I don't have this memorized. John is the kind of guy you love to hate. He's always in a good mood and always has something positive to say. When someone would ask him how he was doing, he would reply, if I were any better, I'd be twins. He was a natural motivator. If an employee was having a bad day, John was there telling the employee how to look on the positive side of the situation. Seeing his style really made me curious. So one day I went up and I asked him, I don't get it. You can't be a positive person all of the time. How do you do it? He replied, each morning I wake up, I say to myself, you have two choices today, and this is true of all of us. You have two choices today. You can choose to be in a good mood, or you can choose to be in a bad mood. I choose to be in a good mood. And that's what I try to do. Even in hard times, I still try to find the positive. Each time something bad happens, I can choose to be a victim, or I can choose to learn from it. I choose to learn from it. And to be a victim actually gives and empowers the person who was trying to hurt you. So if you choose to be positive and move forward and not be a victim, which is not addressing that negative lying aspect of things, it takes away that power of that person. Every time someone comes to me complaining, says John, I can choose to accept their complaining, or I can point out the positive side of life. I choose the positive side of life. So there's a lot of people who complain about work or what are they going to do. But the thing is if you're working, you have a job. You chose that job so you can make some money. And there's a lot of positive to that. So think about that when you're working or you're complaining. Yeah, right. That's not easy, I protested. Yes, it is, John said. Life is all about choices. When you cut away all the junk, every situation is a choice. Every situation is a choice. You choose how to react. And that is so very true. You get the choice. You are in control of your emotions, your thoughts, and your reactions. You choose how people affect your mood. You choose to be in a good mood or bad mood. The bottom line, it's your choice on how you live your life. I reflected on what he said. Soon hereafter, I left the tower industry to start my own business. We lost touch, but I often thought about John, and I made a choice about life instead of reacting to it. Several years later, I heard John was involved in a serious accident, falling from 60 feet, 60 feet from a communications tower. After 18 hours of surgery and weeks of intensive care, he was released from the hospital with rods placed in his back. I saw him about 6 months after the accident. When I asked him how he was, he replied, if I were any better, I'd be twins. Want to see my scars? I declined to see his wounds, but I did ask him what had gone through his mind as the accident took place. John said, the first thing that went through my mind was the well-being of my soon-to-be-born daughter. He replied, then as I lay on the ground, I remembered I had two choices. I choose to live, or I can choose to die. I chose to live. Weren't you scared? Didn't you lose consciousness? I asked. He continued. The paramedics were great. They kept telling me I was going to be fine. But when they wheeled me into the ER and I saw the expressions on their faces of the doctors and the nurses, I got really scared. In their eyes, I read, he's a dead man. I knew I needed to take action. What did you do? I asked. Well, there was this big burly nurse shouting questions at me," said John. "She asked if I was allergic to anything." "Yes," I replied. The doctors and nurses stopped working. They waited for my reply. I took in a deep breath and yelled, "Gravity!" Their laughter. I told them, "I'm choosing to live. Operate on me as if I'm alive, not dead." He lived thanks to the skills of the doctors. But because of his amazing attitude, I learned from him that every day we have the choice to live fully. Attitude, after all, is everything. Therefore, don't worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. Matthew 6:34. After all, today is the tomorrow you worried about yesterday. Now, being human, it's easy to fall into worry. I had moments of worrying too. But when I changed my attitude and I became positive thinking, and it doesn't mean that I didn't have all the feelings, all those big emotions, and sadness and being scared and hurt and angry and overwhelmed, or many of those emotions. But when I stopped and I made that decision to remember that these feelings are not what controls me, I control myself, and that these emotions are just to let me know that these moments are just not easy, but I'm alive. And with that, I would stop. I would do things to help me relax, get back in that positive mindset, and move forward. And it's kind of like that little engine that could, the little blue engine. And it was so tiny, but it was almost the last. That was the last train that um the other train or toys and animals asked if it would pull their broken down engine up over the hill to deliver the goods to the families and kids that deserve them. And the little blue engine, would say, "I think I can, I think I can, I think I can." And it got to the top of the hill and it went down the hill and said, "I knew I could, I knew I could, I knew I could." And so these are all these choices we have in life. Now, do we deserve bad things that happen? Do we deserve mistreatment from people? No, but we can choose which way and what direction we're going to focus on. Are we going to really take that negativity of someone else that's not true and put that energy into that? Or are we going to choose to say, "No, I have something to offer. I am unique. I am special." I hope that you all know that life is hard. That's how we know that there's good times, because without hard and difficult times, we wouldn't know there's good times. So, all in our matter of perspective. It's all in a matter of the power of positive thinking. And you too can have that power of positive thinking. You too could say, "If I were any better, I'd be twins." um, so I'm thankful I'm here. I'm thankful for all the hardships I've been experiencing, because not only has it grown me to be stronger, but it helped me to know the importance of not only self-care, but of positive thinking. So, as always, my friends, you have a choice. Every second you breathe, you have a choice. You can choose to be positive. You can choose to be negative. But know that you are special. You're unique. You're one of a kind. You are 1 in 8 billion people on this earth. And it's actually a little over 8 billion. I'm not, you know, that's amazing. And there's no one like you. You have something to contribute. So if you're having a tough time and you don't know how to get through a situation, you can reach out to Stop the Static Coach, and we would be happy to give you a free consultation and see if it would be a fit for you to do some consulting. We don't turn anybody or coaching. We don't turn people away if you can't afford to have services because boy, I tell you, in this day and age, um, not everything is um, well, it's real. The struggle can be real for some. Um, you guys take care. I look forward to hearing from you. You can reach out at stopthestatic.net. You can reach out via email at stopthestatic1@gmail.com. That is the number one, not the word one. Um, look forward to hearing from you. Blessings.